are millions of stories on Reddit. Most are forgotten within hours. Some become legends, and a very small number become something else entirely. Stories so disturbing, so unsettling, that people claim they couldn't finish reading them. Not because they were graphic, not because they were violent, but because something about them felt wrong, as if the story itself wasn't meant to be seen. Tonight's story is based on one of those internet legends, a post that appeared late one night, a post that quickly became one of the most talked about threads online. Thousands of people followed it. Thousands of people watched it unfold in real time. And according to many of those readers, they wished they hadn't. Because by the time the final update appeared, the story stopped feeling fictional and started feeling personal, very personal, especially for those reading it. Because some readers claim the post somehow knew they were there, and if the rumors are true, it may still know. The thread appeared on a horror subreddit. The title wasn't dramatic. It wasn't clickbait. It simply read, "Something keeps showing up in my hallway camera." The author claimed he lived alone in a small apartment building. Nothing unusual. No history of strange events, no paranormal experiences, no creepy neighbors. Just an ordinary life. A few weeks earlier, he had installed a security camera outside his apartment door. Packages had been disappearing. He wanted proof. If someone stole another delivery, and for days, the camera recorded nothing unusual. Then, one night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., something appeared. At first glance, it looked like a person, a tall figure standing at the far end of the hallway. Motionless, silent, watching. The figure remained there for several minutes before disappearing. The author attached a screenshot. Readers immediately began commenting. Most assumed it was a neighbor, others thought it was a prank. A few joked about ghosts. The author agreed. He wasn't concerned. Not yet. Then someone zoomed into the image. And everything changed. The proportions were wrong. The arms looked too long. The shoulders unnaturally narrow. The head tilted at an impossible angle. The figure looked human, but only at first glance. The longer people stared, the less human it seemed. Thousands of users flooded the comments, and for the first time, the author admitted something strange. He had never actually seen anyone standing there. Only the camera had.
Hello.
The thread exploded. Some users begged him to leave immediately. Others accused him of faking everything. A few insisted the images were edited, but nobody could explain one detail: the timestamps. Every screenshot contained metadata that matched security camera logs. Independent users checked the files. Nothing appeared altered. No signs of manipulation. No evidence of Photoshop. Just a hallway, and something moving closer. The author promised he would stay awake the following night. He set multiple cameras around the apartment, one facing the front door, one aimed down the hallway inside, another recording from the bedroom. Thousands waited, watching the thread, refreshing every few minutes. Midnight arrived, no updates. 12:30 a.m., Still nothing. 1:12 a.m. A new post appeared. Only a single sentence. It's outside. The comments flooded instantly. People demanded pictures, video, anything. For nearly 20 minutes, there was no response. Then another upload appeared. A photograph taken through the apartment peephole. The image was blurry, shaky, as if captured by trembling hands. But the figure was visible, standing directly outside the apartment door, motionless. The black void where its face should have been filled the center of the image, and those tiny, reflective eyes were staring directly back through the peephole. The comments turned frantic. Call the police. Leave now. Run. The author replied one final time, a message that many readers still remember word for word. I don't think it wants me. Confused users demanded an explanation. Seconds later, another comment appeared, his last. It's looking past me. No one understood what he meant. Then someone examined the peephole photograph more closely. Deep within the darkness of the figure's face, barely visible in the reflection, stood another silhouette. Inside the apartment, behind the author, watching him. The thread stopped updating at 1:37 a.m. No further comments were ever posted. No goodbye, no explanation, nothing. By morning, the account had vanished completely. Along with every image, every screenshot, every upload, everything except archived copies saved by readers. And according to several users who followed the thread that night, one archived image still changes occasionally, only slightly. Just enough to suggest that whatever was moving closer never stopped. The comments became increasingly frantic. People begged him to leave. Some offered hotel money. Others demanded police intervention. The author finally agreed. He planned to stay elsewhere. But before leaving, he decided to check the camera one final time. The live stream showed an empty hallway. Nothing unusual. Everything looked normal. Until exactly 3:17 a.m. The camera flickered. Static appeared across the screen. Then the image returned. The figure stood directly outside his apartment, motionless facing the door, only inches away. Thousands of viewers witnessed it live. And then something impossible happened. The figure raised one hand slowly, deliberately, and knocked 3 times. Viewers flooded the comments. Police, leave, run, get out. The author never replied. Instead, the live stream abruptly ended. The screen went black. For several seconds, viewers assumed the connection had failed, but then a single frame appeared. One frame. Barely visible, the inside of the apartment. Captured from behind the author's desk. No one knew where the image came from. No camera inside the apartment had been active. Yet there it was. A dark silhouette standing directly behind the author's chair, watching the monitor, watching him. Then the feed vanished completely. For 12 hours, the thread remained silent. No updates, no responses, nothing. The internet began searching for answers. Users attempted to locate the apartment. Others reviewed every screenshot frame by frame. Some claimed they discovered hidden messages buried in the static. Tiny fragments of text. Short phrases. Warnings. One repeatedly appeared. Do not let it inside. Then shortly after noon, the author posted one final message. A message that many readers claim they still remember word for word. A message that would transform an internet horror story into one of the most disturbing Reddit legends ever told. And according to some users, that final post contained information it should never have known. Information about the people reading it, information about them, personally, names, addresses, details no stranger should ever possess. And according to archived screenshots, the final line of the post changed depending on who was viewing it. Each reader saw something different. But every version ended the same way. 3 simple words. You're next tonight.
No more running.
The thread reached Reddit's front page. Millions of people had now seen the images. News websites started reporting on it. YouTube channels began creating breakdowns. TikTok users stitched theories together. Everyone wanted to know the same thing. What was standing outside apartment 317? The original poster stopped responding for almost 24 hours. Then, shortly after midnight, a final update appeared. The title was simple. I opened the door. The post contained only 3 sentences. I thought it would be gone. It wasn't. It's inside now. No additional explanation, no comments, no replies, nothing. For nearly 30 minutes, the entire thread remained silent. Then a new image appeared. The image showed the apartment door, open. The hallway beyond was empty, at least at first glance. Users brightened the image, zoomed in, adjusted contrast. What they discovered terrified them. Inside the darkness of the apartment, something was visible. A silhouette. Standing behind the photographer, inside the room. The thing was no longer outside. It had somehow entered. And according to the image metadata, the photograph had been taken only seconds before the upload. The comments exploded. People begged the author to leave, call the police, run. But no further responses ever came. Then the impossible happened. Reddit users noticed a brand new account commenting beneath the thread. The username was unfamiliar, created only minutes earlier. It posted a single sentence. Thank you for opening the door. The account never commented anywhere else. People clicked the profile. Nothing, no history, no activity, just that one message. Within an hour, the account disappeared. Deleted completely, but screenshots spread everywhere. Thousands of users had already saved it. The mystery should have ended there. Instead, it became much worse. Several users who had followed the thread reported strange events. Not 1 or 2, hundreds. Many claim they started waking at exactly 3:17 a.m. every night. Others reported hearing 3 knocks somewhere inside their homes. 3 slow knocks. Always the same pattern. Knock, knock, knock. Some users dismissed it as mass hysteria until photos started appearing. Photos taken by completely unrelated people. Different cities, different countries, different apartment complexes. Yet every image showed the same thing. A tall shadow figure, standing motionless at the end of a hallway, watching, waiting, nothing. For nearly 30 minutes, the entire thread remained silent. Then a new image appeared. Investigators attempted to track the original poster. They never found him. Apartment 317 existed. The building existed. But records showed nobody had lived there for years. Even stranger, management claimed the apartment had been sealed after a fire decades earlier. According to official records, the unit should have been empty. Yet the images clearly showed furniture, lights, personal belongings, signs of someone living inside. As if reality itself couldn't decide which version was true. Then came the final discovery. The one that ended everything. A Reddit archivist downloaded every image from the thread, every screenshot, every update, every comment. While reviewing the files frame by frame, he noticed something nobody had seen before. The figure wasn't moving toward the apartment. It wasn't moving through the hallway. It was moving through the photographs. Each image contained slightly more detail, more shape, more depth, as if every person viewing the image helped it become clearer, stronger, more real. The archivist posted his findings. Minutes later, his account vanished, the post vanished, the screenshots vanished. Even archived copies began disappearing. Users compared backups. Files they had saved earlier no longer matched. Entire comments were missing. Images had changed. And in some versions, new details had appeared. Details nobody remembered seeing before. Faces, names, reflections. The image showed a computer monitor. The deleted thread remained open. Apartment 317. Thousands of comments. The final update. Everything was visible. But that wasn't what people noticed. In the reflection of the screen, someone was standing behind the person taking the photograph. A tall figure. Featureless, motionless, watching. Users zoomed in. The reflection became clearer and clearer and clearer until they realized something impossible. The figure wasn't looking at the photographer, it was looking directly at them, the viewer. The person staring at the image, the person reading the thread, the person reading this story. That screenshot was uploaded 6 years ago. Nobody knows who posted it. Nobody knows where it came from. And nobody knows why one final comment appeared beneath it before the thread vanished forever. A comment posted by an account that had never existed before. A comment containing only 4 words. I can see you. And that's where the story ends. Or at least, that's where the internet lost track of it. Whether Apartment 317 was real, an elaborate hoax, or something far stranger, nobody has ever provided a definitive answer. The original thread is gone, the accounts disappeared, the images were deleted, and the people who spent the most time investigating it eventually stopped posting altogether. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Or maybe some mysteries are better left unsolved. Either way, thank you for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed this story and want more disturbing Reddit mysteries, analog horror, creepy discoveries, lost media investigations, and terrifying internet rabbit holes, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if this story gave you chills, leave a like so more horror fans can discover it. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think was really standing outside Apartment 317? A person? A hoax? Or something that should never have existed at all? I read as many comments as possible, and I'd love to hear your theories. Until next time, keep the lights on, check the hallway one last time. And if you hear 3 knocks at your door tonight, don't answer. I'll see you in the next nightmare. Good night.